What's going on, guys? I just got home from work and I'm doing all kinds of projects. Fish tanks here, fish tanks there. I got the big pond downstairs. Today, I want to talk about cheap black aquarium sand. I get asked this all the time. People are like, hey, Chris, we see black sand in your aquariums. Or why is aquarium sand so expensive at these big chain pet stores? And the answer is because they can charge you it. Most things in this industry are super outrageously priced, and they're a complete ripoff if we're being honest. Once you've been in the hobby for a hot second, you start to realize that you're like, man, I overpaid for that product like so bad, and it's ridiculous. Today, I want to give you some advice on finding the cheapest or cheap aquarium black sand for your aquariums that is 1/5 of the price than big chain pet store aquarium sand. All right, guys, so here's the secret sauce to finding cheap black aquarium sand. What you want to do is look for black diamond blasting sand. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely amazing looking. It almost has like a glimmer to the sand, and it's 1/5 of the price of aquarium sand that you'd buy at a big chain pet store. Yes, you heard me right, guys. I said 1/5 of the price of regular aquarium sand. On average, pet stores charge $1 per pound for aquarium sand. Usually the color black, that is. And the cost we're getting it at today at buying blasting sand is 20 cents per pound. But there are a couple caveats to using blasting sand in your aquariums, but it's not a huge deal whatsoever to me. Let's talk about them. First of all, blasting sand is a little heavier. And second of all, it's a little bit smaller of granulars. And third, you have to rinse it way better than aquarium sand. But none of these three variables make a big deal when keeping them in fish tanks. I did say that the granulars are a little smaller and they weigh more. A lot of people even like blasting sand better because it's heavier and it doesn't get into the water column as much and get into your filter impellers. So there's that. Like literally the only setback is you have to rinse it more. Is it really worth paying that much more money because you have to rinse an aquarium sand that you're probably going to rinse anyways? So here's my secret, guys. This is where I buy the black diamond blasting sand. Tractor Supply Company. I've tried using other blasting sands from other supply stores like Home Depot or Northern Tool, but this stuff at Tractor Supply is hands down the best and it's my favorite. Here's what the store looks like. I have to drive 50 miles to my local Tractor Supply. What you want to get is the bag that has the black label on it. That is the medium size granulars. This is black diamond blasting sand and it is $10 a bag, $9.99. Do not get the red label stuff because it's the fine grit. It's $1 cheaper and you will hate your life because it is just that fine and you want the medium-sized grit. I'm telling you, every time I make the 50-mile haul to buy this stuff, I at least buy 10 bags of it because it's literally worth my time. So here we are, we're going to rinse this stuff because a lot of people are scared of rinsing it. This is not rocket science, guys. You just cut open the bag, throw some of the sand or the blasting sand into the 5-gallon bucket. I'm going to walk you through literally rinsing this inside your shower or your bathtub. One of the main things you want to watch for is not allowing anything to go down your drain. A lot of people screw this up. So what you're going to want to do is buy some generic aquarium padding, cut it up and put it over your drain. That way, when you rinse off the sand, all the particulate and grease and debris and such does not go down your drain. It filters into the padding that goes over your drain. Here, one sec. I'll show you in a minute. Because when you rinse off your aquarium substrates, it may not seem like a lot of stuff comes off, but through the years of just letting this stuff go down your drain, you're going to have a nightmare on your hands. The plumber's going to cost a couple $100 versus the $4 you'll pay for this aquarium padding. So literally, when you're rinsing sand, just run water through it. I'm using this shower head. Yes, this is a bit of a savage moment, but it's super cold here in Minnesota today. And it's like, I'm not going to be rinsing it with the garden hose outside because it's just going to freeze on me. So I'm still having some issues here trying to get the shower to work. I just bought this house, so yeah, I got it to work. Literally, all you want to do is just rinse some water over it and then mix up the sand itself. Use a stick, use your hand, what have you. This stuff is usually somewhat dirty, but don't be super scared because people on the internet are always like, it's so dirty. It's so dirty. Don't buy it. That's not the case. It's not even that dirty. I've even dumped this stuff into tanks without rinsing it, and it wasn't even that bad. I might also state that this is probably the cheapest aquarium substrate you can buy because, yes, you could use play sand, but it's so heavy, I wouldn't recommend it. That stuff's like $4 a bag. This stuff looks amazing. It's literally $10 for a 50-pound bag. If I can't sell you on using this stuff, I don't know what will. I've heard in the past that some people will state that blasting sand is a lot sharper for fish with like Coriodoris when they sift through it and stuff. It cuts up their lips. That's completely false. I've never had that happen. This is literally an inert substance just like sand. It's a little smaller in granular size and it's a little heavier. That's it. I'd also advise not to try and rinse too much of it at once because the more sand you put in the bucket to rinse, the less clean it probably gets if we're being honest. So just take your time, rinse as much sand as you need to, and fill your aquarium to adequate levels of what you want. This is my entertainment center aquarium build. This is like my dream build. You can visit my main channel, Palmer Aquatics, to follow it more closer. I absolutely love it. It's 6 20-gallon talls surrounded by 50-inch LED TV. So, guys, let me know in the comment section what you thought of this idea. This is my cheap black aquarium sand DIY fix. This is my hack. This is one of my favorite money-saving methods to use in this hobby because a person will spend $1 per pound on sand, and if you have a 150-gallon tank, you're really going to save tons and tons of money on this stuff. I literally die by using this stuff like in all of my tanks. Cheap black aquarium sand. Whoop!